That was your winner in overtime as the Bolts beat the Buds in Tampa to force a Game 7 here in Toronto tomorrow night. Let's bring in Eric Kirk from TSN BarDown to break it down for us. Good morning, Eric. How you doing?
Good morning, George. I'm not too bad. How are you?
I'm okay, considering. Hey, look, let's skip the analytics. Let's talk intangibles. For me, coming into the playoffs, the Leafs had to answer four C's, the four C's. Do they possess character? Will they compete? How will the core perform? And are they closers? Now, I think the consensus already can be shown. They have character. They have competed. And the Fab Four, that core has shown up during the series. But they couldn't close last night. So why, Eric, as a Leafs fanatic, do I not feel as defeated as I did in past seasons where they lost in the first round?
They played a phenomenal game last night. They did everything but win the game. But at the end of the day, that happens. And sometimes you get just a bad break. Overtime, it happens, and they lost. But they were clearly the better team throughout that entire overtime period. And while they didn't get some calls their way in overtime, I don't think the refs really made their bed for them. But they just couldn't finish.
Said.
They couldn't put the puck in the net.
You know, the refs, speaking of that, there were some, issues. Leafs fans are going to talk about, strap gate, and there may have been an interference with the goalie. But, those things aside, the refs seem to put the whistle away a bit and allow at least a little more 5-on-5. I'm glad.
Yeah, and my problem wasn't with the two high sticking penalties that they called in a row, because there never really was a full-blown Congo line to the penalty box for either team for the first time this series. So I didn't have a problem with them. The Kerfoot high stick was just too aggressive to happen in an offensive zone on a penalty kill.
Correct.
My big problem was calling those two penalties in a row, giving Tampa the 5-on-3, and then after that, fully going, I will put that in my pocket, and we will see how this game ends. Yeah. Because in the overtime period, there was a lot of infractions.
Oh man, there sure was, and I know it's overtime, as you said, but they got to be. I just want to see it one or the other, right?
Yeah.
Look, Tavares and Spezza. I don't think you can understate the value of these two guys, both on and off the ice.
No, and not at all. And a lot of people were saying that Tavares wasn't performing well this playoff series, which, to their point, he wasn't. In the first 2-3 games, he really wasn't exactly what Leafs fans expected from him. Last game, holy, was he the Leafs' best player, I think. 2 goals he was credited for by the end of it. We thought Spezza had one of them. They ended up giving it to Tavares. Then he had that snipe to end off the second period. He was working the corners well. I think that Leafs fans can be very happy with their captain, and they're really going to have to lean on him to hope that they can get rid of their Game 7 woes and put one in the win column this year.
Who's a more clear and present offensive danger versus Leafs Game 7? Stamkos, Cooch, Point, or Chiarelli?
It's got to be Stamkos. You can see on the power play there, they're just looking for him.
Yeah,
they're going out of their way to try to get Stamkos the puck, which seems weird to me because you've got a guy like Kucherov who ended up scoring. But for the first minute or so of that 5-on-3, they just kept trying to force the puck over to 91, and the Leafs weren't allowing it.
Yeah. Eric, thanks so much. It's been great talking to you through this series. And we'll do it again Monday morning. We'll see how it all plays out. Either we've got a team that is going to maybe try and secure dynasty status, going for a third cup, or the Leafs getting that monkey off their back. Thanks very much, Eric.
You're welcome.